everyone, and welcome to the game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Admiral Kutuzov, and he is in the Yamato, a tier 10 Japanese battleship. And yes, he's just shot the high explosive salvo, but he nearly switched to armor piercing, so I assume he accidentally had that loaded from the last battle, and didn't notice before now. Which can happen. Now he is on the map Northern Lights in a 4-point domination game, and it's a tier 10 battle. We have some armor piercing going for a Hindenburg, well, and it's only overpants. Now this is a replay from the new version, so you can hear all signs of new sounds. And I hope the audio levels are okay, because, I mean, whenever Wargaming changes something with the sounds, the audio levels are all over the place. And I'm not certain if I have found settings yet that I'm comfortable with, but be that as it may. That was a nice salvo. Well, not so nice salvo, but it was okay damage against the Hindenburg. Obviously, considering how broadside this Hindenburg is, would have all liked to see a devastating strike, right? Now overall, we have the center cap here secured, so that's lovely. At the D cap, we have Shimakaze in there. We have a large force behind. Well, I'm not very comfortable in what those guys are doing right now. Because honestly, the way I see it, there are not too many enemy ships here. There's a massive friendly fleet. And instead of maybe trying to push there, maybe help against that crossover, it looks like the friendlies are sailing behind here. Now we have two Talins then. So two 12-kilometer range. Oh, I think they are radaring right now. So this fleet should have no trouble securing this camp. But we will see. Meanwhile, Admiral Kutuzov is... well, he's basically decoding this. Nice, there was a citadel. So, you don't usually want to push into the enemy spawn here, so this is more of a long-range engagement, often on this side. The sea cap is secured, no reinforcements are needed on the right side, although, like, as I feared, right? It looks like the entire friendly team is like, huh. Let's just not take this cap, let's just be useless in the 9-10 line. But, well, we'll never know. I mean, this EG is pushing, maybe they're pushing through this channel. Well, and we've just lost the Shimakaze. I mean, this Shimakaze should have probably been more careful. I assume he got caught out by this raider. But I feel for this guy, like, basically he has, what are those? About 6 ships right next to him, and probably not a single one helped him, because they all sailed in the one position where they were incapable of helping. Like, you have half of your enemy team right next to you, sorted, but unfortunately they all sit behind an island, so they can't actually help. Anyway, Admiral Kutuzov here is just kind of trying to hold this flank. Friedrich and the Alsace are still sort of around. There is a Moskva here that's in a rather aggressive position. I'm not sure how well he will do if he gets pushed there. And it looks like an enemy actually has entered the A cap. Now, where did this? Oh, the set's here to stop that, so that's amazing. And oh, I would so shoot this ES series there. It's definitely a situation where you want to shoot the enemy set. So the friendly set's here to protect this cap. Good work by the friendly set. That's exactly what the set excels at. And it looks like that enemy destroyer will not survive this. I'm crying when I look at the right side of the map. So, oh, the enemy set is still around, although hopefully not for much longer. Yeah, did he actually escape there? Well, on the bright side, the Hindenburg has been taken out. So there is Moskva radar, and the set's going to be spotted any second. Admiral Kutuzov is already looking the right way. Shells are out, and come on. There we go. So that's one threat there. Unfortunately, we've also just lost the Moskva. Friendly team is still a ship ahead, by the way. And for some reason, like, the enemy team isn't actually capitalizing on the fact that the friendlies are all in the 9-10 line. Like, any enemy ship could just sail in there and take this right now. Admiral Kutuzov got a little bit far away here, so it looks like he's turning around. I mean, on the bright side, you know, with the Friedrich and the Alsace over at the seaside, they can potentially, like, catch this Odin in a crossfire. So there is that. And, well, that's one less Odin. So, the enemy team just lost quite a few ships there. So right now this battle actually looks pretty nice. The enemy is finally taking the cap. They are trying to take C, but that's just Shikishima. And the Friedrich is now going... That's exactly what the Friedrich should be doing, right? I mean, the Shikishima is not a good brawler, and the Friedrich is. So charging in here, definitely the right thing to do. Now there are still 3 enemies on this side, and, well, the Yamato, not the greatest brawler, so probably doesn't just want to charge in blindly, but he definitely wants to get a little bit closer, I feel like, at this point. So, Mogami is showing herself. Mogami looks to be rather broadside. Let's see what our guns do. And, well, decent amount of damage, but... well, that Mogami survived. Now, the good news is that the friendly ships in the 9-10 line are actually pushing, and it looks like they might getting the D cap. So, overall, this game looks... It looks pretty good right now. The Friedrich is still charging the Shikishima. My money is still on the Friedrich in that fight. Mogami is... yeah, Mogami is down. Now the enemy Kurfürst, who has preserved his health all of this time so far. Yeah, it's too late for that Kurfürst to make a difference, I think. And he also abandoned his Izumo. Now, this is a nice situation. I mean, the Izumo is... also not the greatest brawler. And Yamato versus Izumo? Well, I mean, the Yamato can just go through the Izumo nose. So the only chance the Izumo has in this fight is basically ramming. I mean, Izumo is still rather healthy, and he only has 7 kilometers to go. Admiral Kutuzov is slowing down here because he doesn't want to get rammed. Also, if this Izumo keeps pushing in, technically the Alsace could shoot its broadside, but the Alsace is busy with the Shikishima, so... that's probably not happening. This Shikishima survived longer than I would have expected, to be honest. So currently the only help we have here is the Z, although is the Z close enough for torpedoes? Probably. So maybe there will be a wall of torpedoes coming in that will help. And it looks like Admiral Kutuzov decided to go forward again. Personally, I think I would have just reversed. Now, of course, if he goes forward, it gives him more chance to maneuver. Maybe he hopes he can dodge the ram this way. Maybe he hopes to go for 7. Well, I mean, the Izumo is getting pretty low. This might be something that he can just... yeah. He can just go through the nose and get rid of that Izumo. Now at this point the enemy is down to 2 enemies. And the Shikishima is basically almost sunk. So, I think this Kurfürst is still full health? Well, almost. And there's a Kraken and some fireworks. Well, now all that remains is to sink the final enemy ship. And it looks like that Kurfürst is actually, maybe for the first time this battle, trying to be aggressive and pushing the Yamato. Now, Kurfürst is a very good ship to push a Yamato, to be honest, because the Yamato can't go through a Kurfürst's nose. So if you are nose in and you're just pushing, well, sad times for the Yamato. And if you get like really close, obviously the Kurfürst's armor is a lot better. Of course, you could also just ignore that your nose is overmatch proof and go full broadside so that the Yamato can truly farm you. I guess that's an option. And we are treated to a lot of ricochet sounds here. I'm still not sure what I think about the new sound files. It's certainly gotten a lot louder. Now, oh, it looks like that Kurfürst is going nose in again. Of course, as a Yamato, you gotta be careful. You have your very vulnerable cheeks. Kurfürst might already have the angle to do something. Is he trying to go full broadside again? Well, here we are with the results, and Admiral Kutuzov earned himself 2,902 base experience, quite a lot, and he was rather instrumental in holding his flank, I would say. He achieved a Confederate, a Fireproof, a Dreadnought, a Kraken, and a High Caliber, scoring almost 250,000 points of damage and sinking 6 enemies. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see you guys next time.